but she made it like a peach in there. She was a trainee.
Yeah.
She felt bad. It's alright.
So all you guys are going to do is treat it like a mock interview. So actually not even for research purposes. We're going to use your transcript. We're going to record it and then transcribe it, and then actors and actresses will act out what you've done for our own research purposes.
Okay.
So just act like it's an interview. One of you can be the one that asks these questions, the other one responds. And I'll hit record real fast and you guys can get going. And then as soon as you're done, open the door. There's just a survey that's unrelated to take after or something else.
Okay.
You go ahead and get started.
Alright. Well, Brad, thanks for coming to Goldman Sachs today for the Investment Management Division
good
for
to be
the
here.
alternatives team. We'll start off right off the bat. Can you please describe the last time you were energetic at work?
I would say right now I have two instances for you. The very first one is with my UES team. We are actually rolling out the first session for our first competition, Tech Titans. I've been involved in planning everything from food to location to logistics of the event, and it's been a big task because there's a lot of factors that go into it. I'm very, very energetic, and I'm in charge of getting other people energetic about it so it comes off as a great event. The second one right now, I work in the University of Utah Investment Office, where I have the opportunity to assist some of the professionals there in managing the assets of the university. And it is a great learning experience. I get to work with a lot of people and a lot of different aspects within the financial industry. Really, like you asked there, give me an energy and a desire to learn more and to continue working hard.
Wow, those are two impressive examples. That's great. Why don't you give me an example of a situation when you persisted in the face of failure?
When I was faced, what does it say?
We're in the face of failure. You persisted.
Let's see. So I'm working on a national investment. Just kidding. You know, let's see. I love excelling in school. I like getting good grades. And there was a particular class in which I did not do very well. And so what I did is I had to look at why I didn't do well and what it would take to do well and to kind of find the difference between the two. So I did bad on the first test. I realized my study habits weren't right, that what the test material was actually getting graded on, I studied the wrong things. So to fix that, to be persistent, I spoke to my professor first of all, saw what their point of view was, what would be the best avenue for me to pursue in getting a better grade on the next test and overall in the class, and I followed the procedures, and it's been going well.
Impressive. Can you give an example when you were a quick learner?
Absolutely. I would say right now in my role, I've had the opportunity to work with in the University Investment Office. There's a lot of new procedures. It's different from things I've had before. It's a different culture. It's a different. They have different systems in place to do their work. I feel like I picked up the different aspects of the job, whether it's culture, also whether it's the systems that I work with, whether it's their storage systems, Bloomberg, Backstop, or any of the other asset management tools. I feel like I've had the opportunity to pick those up in just a matter of 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow. Still taking me time to learn those, so that's quick. Tell me a situation when being a perfectionist significantly slowed you down.
Well, once again, I'll tie it back to my recent experiences. There's a lot of things where you have to be precise. I believe that perfection is important in a lot of different things. I'd like to be perfect in everything, but I realized, just as the question was phrased, it can slow you down. I was recently working on our private capital portfolio, in which I had to build a model demonstrating different sectors and different performance reporting for this specific asset class, and it took me a long time. Fortunately, I was able to get it done right as it was due, but it did take me a significant amount of time to make sure everything in there was perfect and everything in there, all the numbers flushed.
Okay, so tell me a time. Tell me a time when you took on too much, and you weren't able to accomplish everything that you wanted.
Wow, story of my life, really. I think in our school years, we understand that it is one of the most important times for our lives to get the maximum utility out of our time. So right now I feel like I have a lot on my plate, and it's been very, very good, but it's also hard to juggle everything at the same time. So I'm involved in a lot of different activities and a lot of different classes and work as well. And I feel like at some points I have to sacrifice my time in a certain class or a certain area to accommodate for the new things. So sometimes taking on too much can be a detriment to you.
Right. Tell me about how being too detail-oriented made you lose the larger focus.
Well, my one of my bosses when I worked at a company called Silverstone Sachs, she always says, "Don't get lost in the weeds." And I kept thinking about that, and essentially what that meant was don't get too tied up in the details. Sometimes what's more important is the overall picture. And so I learned from her and from my experience there that it's almost, you're going to have to go case by case, but when you get a broader, deeper understanding of the whole picture, that will help you, overall in a certain project, sometimes better than knowing specific details about a very, very narrow topic.
Well, Brad, I like the way you answered those questions. And, Goldman Sachs, it's a little bit better than Silverstone Sachs.
Thought they were brothers or something.
Yeah, well, welcome aboard.
Yes. $10 million a year.
Managing director.
All right.
VP.
Yeah. Senior managing director, partner.
It's whatever.
Cool. It's good to be here. So are you doing this for management?
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm here.
Who do you have?
I have bone.